Today, Disney Dreamlight Valley shared some of the biggest news yet about the game. All of this information is official. It comes from their social media pages and their website. We're going to go through everything, and there is a ton covering early access, free-to-play, new additions, and new content. So let's start with their tweet this morning. Hey Valley Villagers, today we have an update to share about Disney Dreamlight Valley leaving early access. They have a carousel of quick reference information, and then we have a ton more details on their website, and we're going to look at those too. So let's look through these carousel images. Early access update. Early access has been incredibly valuable for the entire Disney Dreamlight Valley team. Thanks to your enthusiasm and participation over the past year, we have had the chance to build the game we aspired to while implementing your feedback to make the Valley experience even more magical. Reflecting on the journey we've been on with all of you, we're so excited to share that on December 5th, Disney Dreamlight Valley will be leaving early access. As we transition to launch, existing players, so all of us who are playing today, will keep their access to the game, so you do not need to buy it a second time, their moonstones, and their save game. So your save file is safe. The game will continue to run the same way for you after it leaves early access on December 5th. That is just the first tiny piece of news we have. Next, we have a free-to-play update as we look ahead to the official launch. With the learnings we've gained from early access, we've made the decision to remain a paid game for the foreseeable future. This choice ensures that Disney Dreamlight Valley will be able to continue delivering a premium game experience for all players. It's important to them to maintain their promise to keep delivering free content updates that add new characters, realms, clothing, furniture, and more surprises to your valley. Purchases requiring moonstones will remain optional, fair, and match the level of quality players have come to expect. That last statement feels a little loaded, but this is a major thing because since the game was first announced, it was announced as free to play. We had the early access period. We all thought it was going to be maybe around 6 months or so. Surely it wouldn't go past a year, and it just kept going, and they kept pushing off the free to play. And so I know a lot of folks have been holding off on this game, waiting for it to become free to play because that's what they've been told is going to happen. As of today, they have said they have no plans to make the game free to play right now. That could change in the future, but as of right now, we are no longer looking at a free-to-play game. Unfortunately, that also means for many of us who maybe bought the game on one platform in early access and have been holding off to play it on other platforms until we could do that free-to-play, we're not going to get that chance. Every platform that you want to play the game on, you're going to have to pay for it, even if you already own the game on another platform. I think that is one of the biggest disappointments that you're going to see today, but there's more. This next one is a mix, and we're going to look at this in so much more detail on their website. As the first exciting part, right? Disney Dreamlight Valley Showcase. We invite you to join us for our first ever showcase, November 1st, 1 p.m. Eastern, streamed on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook Live. I don't know how this channel is going to cover it yet. I still have to figure that out. It's on Wednesday next week, our normal Disney Dreamlight Valley stream day. I would at least like to stream after the showcase finishes so that we can talk about it, because you know there's going to be so much to talk about. Here's what's going to be in that showcase. During the stream, we will dive into the Disney Dreamlight Valley Rift in Time paid expansion pass. While key members of the Disney Dreamlight Valley team will reminisce over their favorite moments of the past year, give you a glimpse at upcoming updates, and unveil much anticipated multiplayer features. They do say that we're going to get more details on this later today, and I'm hoping that we get those soon so that I can put them in this video for you. If not, there'll be a second one, of course. So, showcase 1 p.m. Eastern, Wednesday, November 1st. talking about multiplayer features. What are they going to be? What are they going to look like? Reflections, a glimpse at upcoming updates. So maybe some sort of a roadmap, maybe a little bit more detail than that. We don't know how long this presentation is going to be. And it's going to talk about Rift in Time, the paid expansion pass. We've been waiting. They told us they were going to do this. I don't think any of us expected it to be right now. So if that wasn't enough information already, we have an entire blog post detailing even more. So they say they are excited to announce the arrival of Disney Dreamlight Valley, a Rift in Time paid expansion pass coming to Disney Dreamlight Valley this December 5th. So December 5th, when we go out of early access, we will be also adding this new paid expansion pass, a Rift in Time. And we have an image for it. I really wish that this was the update image and not a paid expansion image. Kept trying to look at this like maybe it's a little bit of both. Maybe this is the trailer image that's going to cover a Rift in Time, but also a whole bunch of other stuff. But has it right on there. This looks just like our normal content updates, except it says a Rift in Time, the name of the paid expansion pass. And there is so much in here. So let's assume that everything in this image is part of the paid expansion pass since it has that title on it. I think a lot of people are going to be upset, not only because we already have a paid expansion pass the moment it comes out of early access and none of us were maybe expecting it so soon, but looking at the characters that may be in it, we don't know for sure, right? Because other images have had characters that were already in the game and new characters in our previous free content updates. So it's possible that, say, Eve is going to be added during the free content update, then just happens to be in this image for the paid expansion. But it is also completely possible that they have put Gaston, Eve, and Rapunzel behind a paywall in the paid expansion pass. They told us that the paid DLC could include storylines and additional characters. We've known that for a while. We haven't liked the idea. They did say that the main story would not be, and the main game mechanics would not be, so you would not be able to pay more to grow your pumpkins faster. And they let us know that things like the Wally bundle and the Ursula bundle were not what they considered DLC. So it looks like we're getting our first glimpse at what they were talking about when they were explaining those paid DLC options early on. All right, let's look at this image. There is so much in it. So immediately you notice what is maybe the new tool that we've been hearing about in the roadmap, sort of staff. I can't tell if maybe the hourglass is the thing inside it. It does say a Rift in Time, so are we going back in time somehow? We have 3 characters, Rapunzel, Gaston, and Eve. May or may not be exclusive to the expansion pass. What I find interesting too is it looks like we have 3 new companion types. So we have the monkey in the upper left, we have a snake in the lower left, and then we have a capybara on the right. And so usually we have 1 companion type for each biome. So does this mean that we will be looking at 3 new biomes or biome-like areas in the expansion pass? It looks like we have some crops on the lower right with the capybara, these radishes, purple potatoes, maybe some sort of pepper or berry. In the lower left with the snake, it looks like we're seeing some cactuses, and perhaps these are crystals. And remember, the art does not necessarily perfectly represent the biomes. We know that from looking at past art. So we have the waterfalls on either side. We have a river down the middle. We have a number of paths and gates and temple looking things. We have the 2 of them that look symmetrical on either side. And then it seems like we have 2 pathways leading to 2 very different biomes. They seem to use a series of gates. So on the left, we have these pillar-like gates, and on the right, we have more rustic, made of stone gates. So I wonder if those are going to be certain unlock points, similar to the way we've been clearing night thorns in order to get to new biomes. What's interesting here is we seem to have a mix of old houses that we already have in the game and new ones that we have not seen yet. Just because they're in this image doesn't mean for sure that they will be exclusive to the Rift in Time expansion expansion pass, but it sure feels like they could be. On the left side, it looks like we have a desert biome. We have cacti, new trees, several new walkways. In the upper left, we have Mickey sitting on the ground next to this raised walkway with these different pillars going over a chasm. I don't know what that is to the right of the player house. Maybe this is a new type of well. I could also see it being some sort of like gazebo, 4 posts with a rug on top sort of structure. And to the right of it, we have additional draped cloth, so these may just be items. To the right of that, we have a new house that looks like it could be from the Beauty and the Beast universe, so maybe this is Gaston's house. Just to the right of Gaston, we can see some new stands, so maybe these are going to be new items that we can use to decorate with, or perhaps they could be things that we have to upgrade in the future. But I'm guessing because I don't see a sign near them, they're items, but we really have no idea at this point. This area in the back center seems like it could be Agrabah from Aladdin. We have the smashed top on the palace, so I'm assuming that's going to have something to do with the story. And as we zoom in, we can see that it sure does look like an hourglass inside of that staff. And everything about the staff makes it seem like this could be a new royal tool, which is a little confusing. I don't think any of us thought that the stuff that was on that initial roadmap was going to be locked behind a paid expansion. Moving towards the right side, we can see this dirt path winding around through a very different sort of gate. We have a number of rivers and bridges. We see Wally in the background with his garden. You see Rapunzel's tower as well as Mini Casita. So this is where we're seeing that mix of existing characters and new ones. We have Mirabelle in the back with Mini Casita. There's a number of vines. And then up on the right, we have a boat stranded on a rock. At first, when I was zoomed out, I immediately thought, like, could this be Captain Hook? As we zoom in and look at it a little bit more, is this actually Donald's house? I have to go and look at his house in game. I don't see Daisy on the front of it, and it does look like it has some lights. Looks like it's in very different shape than Donald's current boat, so I'm not quite sure what's going on there. I wonder a little bit if this transitional pathing and the brick edging are these paths that we have in game. I don't notice any new clothing on the main character who's standing here. Now, I do wish with the expansion pass that they had either included it with a founders pack, maybe even just the 2 higher level founders packs, or at least given us a discount on it, maybe like $20 instead of $30. I also kind of wish that they had included the expansion pass in some of the game services, like either the expansion pass for Nintendo Switch Online or Xbox Game Pass. I suppose they still could, but I think that could have helped soften the blow of having this expansion pass cost the same amount as the base game and have it coming so soon. And at the same time, when we find out free-to-play isn't coming, and with an image that includes some of the key characters from the trailer in it, some of the most wanted characters, at least one of the most wanted characters, and the new biomes, and the new tool, and things that we saw on the content roadmap that none of us really thought were going to be behind paid expansion. I don't think many of us really saw the things on the roadmap appearing behind a potential paid expansion, even if we knew something like a paid expansion was expected sometime in the future. We'll have to wait and see on November 1st what this really looks like. Underneath this photo, they tell us a little bit more about the showcase that's on November 1st at 1 p.m. Eastern. They say they'll dive into the expansion pass, showing off this all-new adventure across Eternity Isle. So we have a name of the place where you'll meet new friends, so there will be new characters, discover new biomes. So yes, we'll be getting new biomes and immerse yourself in new game features. That part is curious because they did say that we wouldn't see gameplay features behind paywalls, and now it sure sounds like that is exactly what is going to happen. We don't know what those are. Maybe it's with the new royal tool with turning back time, changing time somehow, and then they let us know the same information that they did on Twitter, that the team will reminisce, glimpse of upcoming updates, hopefully those are free updates, and unveil much anticipated multiplayer features, and we don't know any more about the multiplayer features yet, but we will on November 1st. Since their tweet this morning, Disney Dreamlight Valley has now posted more information about the showcase in the form of a trailer. So let's look at this trailer, see what we can see and hear. So I won't play the trailer at regular speed, but I will put a link in the description so you can watch it yourself, but we'll look at stills and we'll fast forward just a little bit. So in this very first shot, I feel like the house on the left might be new with this kind of blue roof. Let me know if that's not the case and I'm just not recognizing one of our houses. And then on the ground next to it, we have these little like bushes with red flowers, and I don't know if those are going to be part of this house. Those might be items. Are those items we have in the game? Because I don't recognize them. Just looking through the porch beyond this house, it looks like we have maybe a new fountain, or it's an existing fountain in a darker color. It does look like this fountain has some sort of dark purple flowers on it. It's a dark color overall, whereas I think all of the fountains that we have so far are a much lighter color. Next to it, we have a basket that at first I thought was the Mirabelle basket with all the fireworks in it, but this looks a little bit different, and it's sitting on top of something else, so I don't know if this is just a picnic set or if this is a new basket item that might have, what is that, bread in it? Flowers? Something? Maybe it's not new at all. Maybe you have this item. There's something getting cut off just by Mickey's house, and I don't know what that is. It almost looks like a pull cart or something. Right there we can see a little bit more of the fountain. It reminds me of the Beauty and the Beast fountain, but a little bit different. We also have something just to the left of it with these stone stairs, and I'm not really sure what's going on there. This is a Twitter video, so the quality is not super high. It says get a sneak peek at the next free and update, and we see Jack Skellington's hand. And initially you might see the hand and go, well, we already have that costume in the game. Just a little bit further, we can see his iconic bow tie, and we can see the long white neck and the start to his head, which means we are looking at Jack Skellington as a character. We don't know yet if he's gonna come in a realm, what his house is gonna look like. It does look like we have some sort of a stone structure behind him, but it looks like Jack Skellington is now confirmed coming in the next free content update. We don't know if he's going to be coming in a realm, coming into the valley in some other way. Did we actually see him as part of a star path? We never had a character in the star path before. Is Sally going to come too? Are we going to see other Nightmare Before Christmas things? Then it switches over to Frosted Heights and we see at least one new item here. Again, this is part of the next free content update. My guess, this is probably a star path item, but we'll have to see. Looks like it's an ice skating rink. I don't know if that lamppost might be a separate item or attached to this, and then the same with the little blue bench off to the side. I could see that being attached or its own item. Next, we have this shot of 4 players running through the valley, and it says enter Valleyverse with your friends. It shows 4 players, so there's a possibility that we could have up to 4 players in a valley at a time. We don't know yet how this is gonna work, but November 1st, they're gonna explain it a bit more. I don't notice anything that the players are wearing that's particularly new. This suggests that we're actually getting multiplayer. We'll have to wait and see. I think this birdhouse on the left may be a new birdhouse. The only birdhouse I can think of is a different color that we have in the game right now. I think I recognize everything else that's here. And it says discover the all-new expansion pass, Disney Dreamlight Valley, a rift in time. And we see Mirabelle leading us through a jungle. We have a waterfall in the background, vines, lots of lush foliage, and it looks like a capybara on the ground. With these new biomes, I do wonder if we're going to see an expansion to the foliage menu, possibly new types of bushes, trees, plants, grass, rocks. So far, those have all been locked to biomes, so I could see as we're unlocking new biomes in the expansion pass, we may end up with even more under that menu. So we're still looking at the expansion pass, so everything that I had mentioned that we saw in the image, it looks like that is indeed expansion pass content. In the back left, we can see one of the stalls. I think that might be a Goofy stall, but I'm not quite sure. See these crystals, cacti, several new kinds of plants, so those are things that I wonder if we'll be able to unlock them. And then we see this gate, several gates, with these floating moving rocks. So I imagine we'll probably have to repair these gates. See Agrabah in the back right. And then from here, we switch over to a completely different looking realm. With amazing trees, lots of docks and bridges, tons of water, massive waterfall on the right side, trees out in the water, massive stone structures. And there is so much just in this image. So it looks like we have some sort of a metal, I don't know, spaceship camper, something on the left side. I could see that maybe being Eve's house. Ton of different kinds of trees. We see all those different stalls. It looks like there may be a building back there with a tree on top of it, the white square one. I have a number of other things that are just a little bit too small to see. Definitely stairs. It looks like we may be able to go into some of those large stone structures. And then I'm not quite sure what's behind the stone walls on the right. There's a number of glowing light, different heights on the right too, so I wonder if we're going to be able to go up there. So we have the yellow lights on the left, but then they turn blue towards the right. As we continue, we get this zoomed in view. We can see the palace up on the left. We see several of these market stalls. I don't know, mushroom-like structures. I wonder if those could be something blocking our path in some of the new areas. We get to see two more of the monkeys that we saw in that initial image. More of those crystals, cacti, new rocks, and trees. There's pottery under some of the stalls, so I wonder if that's a new total item. Behind one of these swirly rock things, it looks like there is a new light post back there as well. Can't really tell what's going on with those swirly rocks. Maybe this is something we're gonna have to mine or use one of our tools to remove. As we keep going, it says to tune in to earn in-game rewards, and it shows us these new balloon arches and balloon bundles. They keep that up when they go to the next shot, where we have a player taking a selfie, and I'm wondering if maybe those ears, the Dreamlight ears, might be new. I'm not sure what else in this picture might be new. I was hoping for maybe a new kind of pose or something. And then it says a preview of what's ahead in 2024. So we will also see that in the showcase on Wednesday. We see here Mike Wazowski from Monsters Inc. Sully's probably not far behind. Note that we do not know if Monsters Inc. is going to be part of an expansion pass or in a free content update just in 2024. The building in the back that's square reminds me of the building that we saw in that new biome image in the expansion pass, and I'm not totally sure that it's not just an early version of Scrooge's store because it's been so long since I saw that. And then we have this image just sitting on the beach. I don't notice much of anything new except for Ariel on the iconic rock, so I wonder if we're gonna see maybe an Ariel bundle or something, or if this is just a pose for this trailer. It's hard to say. I'm not entirely sure what beach this is shot on. I'm not sure this is a place that we currently have in game. Maybe it is. Let me know if you recognize it. I'm not entirely sure if this is actually an in-game shot or if this is just art for the trailer. And then it reminds us to tune in November 1st, 1 p.m. Eastern on Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook Live for their showcase where they're going to be telling us about all of these things. So that's just my first quick pass at this. I know it's been a lot. And then we have basically the same info. Let's check and see if there's anything new in here. Global launch, December 5th, coming out of early access. Reminder that you keep access to the game, your save file, and your moonstones. Update on free-to-play, reiterating that they will not make the transition to free-to-play when they leave early access. They say that they will maintain that promise of delivering free content updates with new characters, realms, furniture, clothing, and surprises. I am a little bit disappointed that we don't see new areas or new biomes mentioned here, because I think that stuff that was on the roadmap we were anticipating being in the base game and not being in a paid expansion, and it looks like that is all going in the paid expansion from the way that this is written. You will still be getting free moonstones from Dream Snaps and chests, and you can still buy them. This is new information just from the website. So we have new game additions coming December 5th. Moving forward, Founders Packs will continue to be available through December 4th. When we transition out of early access on December 5th, there will be new Editions. New players can choose to purchase the core game with bonus moonstones on its own, or opt for the Gold Edition, which includes exclusive cosmetic items, access to the Rift in Time expansion, and more bonus moonstones. And here's a breakdown of those different editions. It also lets us know that early access players will get the cosmetic items in that gold edition free of charge, but you do need to purchase and claim Founders Pack in-game before December 4th in order to have that happen. All founders will also get 2,500 moonstones to celebrate this exciting moment. I feel like that could be a little bit higher. Okay, so these are our new editions. So we still have the 3 main Founders Packs. Those remain available through December 4th. If you want those, you need to not only buy them, but actually go in the game and claim your stuff before December 4th. Then we have these new editions. These are only available starting December 5th. You're gonna have a base version of the game for $40, coming with 8,000 moonstones, digital only, and that's all it is, which I think is a little bit more than we have for our current standard edition of early access. Then there is the Cozy Edition. This is the one that we heard about a little bit earlier. This is a retail version. It comes with 14,500 moonstones. Some platforms have a physical version of the game. A Nintendo Switch will give you an empty box with a download code in it. This version also comes with a physical real-life poster and sticker sheet. And in-game, it comes with the cottage house skin that we already have, Cheshire Cat sweater, and 5 colorful raccoon companions. Those exclusive items, as far as we can tell so far, are only available if you buy the Cozy Edition. So if those in-game items of those raccoons and the Cheshire Cat sweater are really important to you, you would have to get it via the Cozy Edition, and that is your only option. This version is $50, rounding up by a penny. Then we have the Gold Edition. The Gold Edition comes with the base game, digital only, 1,500 moonstones. It comes with 3 items, which we'll look at in a minute, and this is the only version that includes that a Rift in Time expansion pass. So if you are buying the game for the very first time and you're not going to buy an early access bundle, you could get this version that comes with the base game and the expansion pass. This is $70, equivalent price to the highest tier of the early access bundle, except that the early access bundle has gone on sale a whole lot. And then we have the pricing for this new Rift in Time expansion pass. So this cost is in addition to the base game. So you would need to get either the Cozy Edition or the new base game after December 5th, or any one of the 3 different early access Founders Packs before December 4th and claim them. Then you can pay $30 more for Rift in Time, the expansion pass, which comes with a bonus 5,000 moonstones, which I don't love. So what if you already have a Founders Pack? If you already have your Founders Pack, you will be getting these 3 items that also come in the Gold Edition. So the flowery summer cottage house style artist overall costumes, so those are all one piece, and a new flowery capybara animal companion. Those 3 items are in the Gold Edition, and you will get them for free if you already have and have activated your Founders Edition in early access. You will also be getting 2,500 moonstones if you already have an activated Founders Pack. You will not get the expansion pass if you have a Founders Pack. You will have to pay an extra $30 in order to play a Rift in Time, the expansion pass, the stuff that we just saw that image for. Even if you already have the Founders Pack, this is a new paid expansion, paid with real money, not with moonstones. That is $30 additional. And I might do a complete breakdown of all your different options in its own video because I know there is a lot of stuff. Final notes here on the Cozy Edition. The Cozy Edition you have to buy at a retail store. So Best Buy, GameStop, Target, places like that, Amazon. Right now it's only available in North America for the Nintendo Switch. It will be released globally on PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch on November 10th. So if you play exclusively on Mac or on PC, you will not have access to the Cozy Edition. So there was a ton of news today. All of this information came out on October 27th. So that is a lot. That is a ton of news. November 1st, 1 p.m. Eastern, we'll see even more in their showcase that they're streaming. We don't know how long it's going to be, and I'm hoping I can stream after their showcase so that we can discuss everything that we see. To recap, showcase November 1st, that's a Wednesday at 1 p.m. on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook Live. December 4th is the last day of early access. December 5th, we will be out of early access. There is no more free to play. All versions of the game, including after early access, will be paid version of the game. We're getting new versions after early access that you can pay for: a base version, a cozy edition, and a gold edition. The gold edition includes the new expansion pass. If you already have an early access version of the game that you have activated, you will still need to pay $30 for the new expansion pass if you want to play it, but you will get those 3 types of items from the gold pack for free and a few extra moonstones. So what do you think about these announcements? There is a lot going on here. There is a ton that we could say. We're gonna have to wait and see what they reveal on November 1st with more details. I think a lot of us are really surprised to see Rapunzel, Gaston, some of the characters that we've seen since the very early trailers that we've been waiting for, showing up on the cover for this paid expansion pass. But I know a lot of people were especially waiting for Rapunzel, and if she is behind a paywall, I think a lot of people are going to be pretty unhappy. I was really excited to see the new biomes that were hinted at on the roadmap and at the end of Act 1, and it sounds like new biomes might only be behind a paywall, and that is pretty disappointing. We don't know yet what's going on with the pillar at Skull Rock, so maybe they will show us that in the next free content update, but it's hard to say. We'll see a ton more on November 1st. If you'd like to continue this conversation, feel free to join our Discord. Put that link in the description. Subscribe for more Disney Dreamlight Valley content and news. It seems like we're getting a bunch of it lately. And turn on notifications to find out the next time we go live. We've been having live streams every Wednesday for Dream Snaps, and I'm pretty sure we'll have one next week after the showcase so that we can talk about it too. Hope to see you there.